I have nothing witty to go on. This game is amazing, and not just because fishing jokes I could go into. Yeah, I like games with fishing mechanics. Yeah, it's what caught my attention to begin with, and of course, it is worth your time. This game is free. I see no reason why not to get it right now. To start, we need to cover the base game, The Big Catch. It is not out yet. Currently being made by the Team Filet Group, this basic story revolves around a fisherman named Castor, working for his master of the chef. There is a bunch of 3D platforming, cool movement, and collecting fish with your rod. The announcement trailer came some time ago, not the first Kickstarter indie platformer that targets straight for the nostalgia. These types of products have worked to varying degrees of success. Obviously, while I was hyped, you never really know how the product is going to turn out, right? Well, with the goal on their Kickstarter hit, we don't have an official release date yet for the game, but everything seems to be progressing quite smoothly. This was released in June 2024. Tacklebox sees us a demo for the game. Demo, however, is not your typical demo and hits you with the standalone prologue chapter. Okay, cool, a free demo that has its own content, so they'll be like 30 minutes to an hour, but that'll be cool. Oh. So Tacklebox places us in the role of Tackle, the rival to protagonist of Castor. We are placed in a sort of training grounds area and traverse the wasteland scouring for the fish as part of a trial to earn the scales, a sort of decorative honor. The game has no other real story, just play until satisfied. Or 100%, I did that and did not expect to. Whoops, I guess. Now the game is a 3D platformer inspired by many a game with that amazing PS1-esque graphical style that goes hard every time. From the very Kickstarter, they've mentioned their inspiration. Some of the titles include Mario platformers like Sunshine and Odyssey, Zelda games like The Wind Waker and Majora's Mask, Ape Escape, Rayman 2, Shadow of the Colossus, Fez, Chibi Robo, and of course Psychonauts. A pretty stacked lineup of inspiration. I can see some N64 and GameCube era 3D platforming here, along with that Wind Waker inspiration once you hit the sands. I mean, the music when you're gliding across is just so Wind Waker coded. Once you start controlling Tackle, the feel of this game is so immaculate. The movement is ungodly, I can't really explain it. Within seconds, I was giddy with joy on playing this game, and knew I would love it. The tutorial area is a very safe and well-built level. It gives you the basic tools and movement. It just hides some things for later on. You'll be surprised when you reach new levels, of course. You meet your mentor at the top and now explore the dunes. The desert is pretty open and empty, but the goals between each labyrinth is clear and distinguished. As the game title suggests, the sand is your tackle box, or tackle is your sandbox. The world is an open-ended playground for your fishing prowess. So you go to a level, whichever one you want, and well, holy hell is this game hard. This is not only a love letter to old school platformer heads, but it's also an invitation to fight. This has an air of, you've played these games before, now buckle the hell in. Immediately, I was humbled into bending to the game's mechanics and needing to learn all the ins and outs. The wall run of the tutorial was probably the most tricky part of that section, but it immediately doubles and says do that now over a cliff or it'll set you back so goddamn far. I won't go talking into each area of the levels, but they all focus on a unique mechanic. The first I hit up, for example, was that grind rail area. There's a heavy vertical one with water traversal. There's turning into a slingshot and that style of momentum. Momentum with the sand snakes to scale slippery slopes. The amount of ways to utilize Tackle is downright insane. I would go to a new area and say, oh, I didn't even think about doing that in regards to traversing the level. It was insane how many times they shattered my expectations. One thing I also noticed was how to approach a level. With the free-flowing momentum-based platforming, some obstacles can be trivialized or skipped if you are a certified God gamer. I was discussing with a friend how to continue in an area, and I realized I accidentally skipped a portion of the level. Their reaction was more or less the same, I didn't think to try that. Now, that's a common saying in open sandbox type games, but I think it's truly special that a platformer, which always feels like it has a rather strict rule set and sense of how to progress a level, it's crazy, but I'm glad that they did this, and this game is awesome for it. I already thought it was cool in the trailers that use your rod as a sort of grappling hook around, and that's only the start. To be honest, fishing is the least used mechanic of the rod. The fish in this game are your equivalent to stars, shines, moons, or what have you. There's a whopping 26, and they don't just sit there for you. In addition to getting to them, the fish refuse to get caught, and you have to chase and outsmart them, stunning them and then going for the fish catch. Let me just say, this is by far the most satisfying animation I have ever seen in any collectathon or platformer. In addition to the fish, there are tokens. Now, I mistook these as simple coins and was kinda whatever on them in the beginning, but they're important for finishing the game. There is a set amount, not just given at random. There's a total of 696 spread across the sands. Some of these are downright tricky to find and can prove to be harder than some of the fish. While it is a demo and there's no official ending, to unlock the final level, you will need all tokens to enter. The final level is a pretty tricky one to go through. Now, it's definitely not the hardest, but it does not give you the skills for free. Really puts all the skills you learn throughout the other levels to the test. Now, the scales is a simple cosmetic, but I really think it looks nice, and it's a nice way to cap off doing everything in the game. Other things I love about this game, the visuals I mentioned are awesome, but pausing the game turns it into immediate camera mode for aura farming shots, so that's always cool. The music, of course, during surfing was fun, but the level music is also a great feature. It is mysterious and ethereal, and great for the supposed mystery the sands will hold for the full game release. I think the laid-back approach to the level music is good too. Now, I love me some bombastic music in my games, but I think it would be rather hard to focus on precision platforming with a super dynamic soundtrack. I'll take the relaxing beats to chill and drop all the way down in the forest temple and lose all progress to. For critiques, I really do not have much. If anything, the fishing mechanics I thought were rather weak and underutilized. As I said, using the fishing rod for fishing was probably one of the least used mechanics in the game. Maybe the full game will get a little bit more into that, and I still had a blast regardless. It was just one of those post-game clarity thoughts. The only other complaint I have is more of a worry than anything. It's the desert aesthetic. Now, it's cool. I hope we see more though. I don't mind this for the demo. I won't knock it on the game as it is a free 8-hour game, but hopefully we see some more visual design in the levels at the very least. The levels themselves did a good job of being unique in Tacklebox, but more so for the mechanics of each level it focused on, rather than having a full distinct visual identity. I really don't want to go into too much negative. I think the game is great. Never thought I would go from childhood joy to frustration and then rage at the difficulty spike to needing to continue playing this as it was my new drug to go back to. Pardon the pun, but this game really lured me and proceeded to hook me into its presence. I know, boo pun, but the comparison I think is rather justified for how I played and enjoyed this game. Seriously, this game is one of the best 3D platformers I've played in a very long while, and I will keep harping on it as this game is free. Have you heard it's free? I wish I could give them money for this game. It feels criminal that it's just sitting there waiting to be downloaded. If you like retro games, indie games, or have any appreciation for a platformer, simply want a challenge even, there's far worse out there than Tacklebox, and you will enjoy the game. If not, you can always get a refund. The joke is that this game is free.